For this trick, we can take the deck and give it a shuffle. After we're done with that, I would go through the deck and say, I'm going to look for a special card here. So, going through the deck here, I think I found my special card, the 7 of Hearts. So now I would have the spectator go ahead and shuffle up around this many cards or so, give or take, because I would cut these cards off and hand that to them. I would hand them another portion of cards and have them shuffle these. When they're done with that, they would cut the packet anywhere they would like, look at the bottom card and remember it. So there's your selection. Place the cards on top of the first pile of cards and then shuffle these and place them on top too. And then to really bury your card, we'll place the 7 on top. So as you can see, the 7 is somewhere in here. And if the spectator would like, they can even cut the cards. So now what we're going to have to do is use that lucky number 7. So we're going to make 3 piles of 7 cards each. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now we would take the top card of each pile, and I would say, okay, let's do 7 one more time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So hopefully one of these 2 cards weren't yours. So then I would go over the whole trick with the spectator and show them I have 1 card left, and hopefully that is your selection, the 2 of Hearts. That is the first trick. If you would like to learn how this is done, be sure to stick around for the tutorial. Now, in case you're wondering about the deck I'm using, these are the capital playing cards. So, for this first trick you can do for Valentine's Day, right after this trick, I'm going to be doing the next deck review too, and then the last trick. So let's get into the tutorial here. So you're going to need 52 cards. So make sure you have 52 cards here. After you're done with that, you're going to take the deck back when it's done being shuffled and say that you're going to look for a lucky card, but you're putting down a certain number of cards on the table too. You're setting up for the trick. So what you're going to be doing is putting down 20 cards. Any way you want to get to 20, go ahead. But all I did was 4 groups of 5, because 5 times 4 is 20. So while you say you're going to look for your special card, keep in mind the cards will be like this. You're going to make it look sloppy, but you're going to be counting 5. So I push over 3, 4, 5. Put those down. That's one group. Here is another group. Here's another group. And finally, the last group. Keep in mind the cards would be face up. Now you're going to look for any 7. When you see it, take it out. Place it face up on the 20 card packet. Put the rest of the cards on top. So, here's something that might happen. Let's say you look through the cards and after you were done with your 20 card stack and you didn't see a 7 in here. What I would do is I would put these cards on top and I would give them a quick cut or a shuffle. Just something so you can get another 7. So that's in case you don't get a 7, but most likely you will. So you'll have that 7 there, and you'll put the rest on top. You can even show them that the 7 is right here. What you're now going to do is give them a little packet from the top. Keep in mind, though, you want the 7 to remain on this half. So here's the 7. Make sure that stays there. So they take these cards and they shuffle them. And then you cut some cards from the bottom, keeping in mind that your 7 will still be in this packet. So this will be the special packet, I call it. But when they are done shuffling these, they're going to cut anywhere they want and look at that bottom card, in this case the 2 of spades. They're going to place this on top of this first packet, take the rest of the cards in their hand and shuffle them, place those on top. then take the packet with the 7 and place that on top. So even though that card is lost in the packet, you still have your 7 there. Now the wonderful thing about this is that they can cut the deck as much as they would like. This isn't going to disturb anything, so that's the wonderful thing. After they're done cutting the deck, you're going to go and you're going to find that face-up 7. You're going to split the packet so the 7's on top of one pile, and then you have your other pile. Take the packet with the 7 on top of it face up and place these on top. And now you explain that you're going to count 7 cards in 3 piles. Make sure that this 7, it counts as number 1. So you will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go to your next pile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And your last pile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, if you did this correctly, on the third pile, that last selection will be their card, the 2 of spades. So you're going to jump over to the first pile and take this top card, take the next card, and finally take the last card. And this is the final step. Now keep in mind the card would be face down, but I'm going to turn it face up. I'm going to hold this and say, let's use 7 one more time. So you would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will be face down, so 7. You can show how both of these aren't the selection. You can recap the whole trick, and then you can show them you have 1 card left, and that is the 2 of spades. That was the first trick, lucky number 7. Let's go over the deck review now, and then the second trick. So this next deck review are for the blue Tally Hose, a really good classic in card magic. So as you can see, is a white border outside. It says a Dotery, Tally Ho, playing cards, or linoid finish, playing cards down here, number 9. So you can see that nice blue and white for the design. On the side it says the United States Playing Card Company in blue. On the other side it says linoid finish, made in USA. On the top of the box it says poker number 9. Keep in mind this is all in dark blue. On the bottom you have the ad copy, and these are the back of the cards. Now, the inside of the box, just a plain white, so nothing to worry about there. Now, when you get the cards, the first thing you're going to see is a bicycle ad card. So if you get blue bicycle standards, you will always come with this card. So, this is the first card you get. Now, the next card you get is this poker guide here. So you can learn how to play poker, and you know what hands are which. So this is not only a nice poker deck, but it tells you which hands are poker. And then the 2 jokers are like this. They are not identical, but they are nice. So you can see they're both identical except for the colors, and they're both a cowboy. They say Tally Ho Poker. The back designs of the cards are like these, so they match the back of the box. So those are the cards you're going to get. Now, I already took out the jacks, queens, and kings, but I will take out the aces too. I thought just to speed up time, I would take out these cards beforehand, but I didn't do the aces. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go through these. I'm going to show you each of the cards here. So the first ones we have are the jacks. Now if you know bicycle standard, then these are bicycle standard. So there's nothing going on with these jacks. So I'm not going to go over in depth with them at all, because if you know bicycle, then these are the same cards. These go for the queens, not the kings. The kings are the same. And the aces are the same, except one ace. So, here's the diamonds, hearts, clubs. Here's the only difference, the ace of spades. So you can see tally-ho, a dotary. See that big spade that says playing cards? Has like that ribbon, it's like a wheel. This is the only card in the deck that's different. And then you might be wondering about the rest of the cards. Well, these are just plain bicycle. So there's nothing different about these one bit. Even the reds are the same. Except the backs and that one ace is different. So, not that much in depth of a deck review. But these are the tally-ho cards. So just think of it like a bicycle deck minus that ace, plus with a different back design. So those are the cards. So let's move on to the second trick here. Now the second one is even easier than the first. So what we're going to need for the second trick are jacks, queens, and kings. So, gonna pull out them jacks, queens, and kings. So, let's do it like this. This. Okay, perfect. So here's we go with the next trick. So like I said, I have the jacks, queens, and kings. Now the first thing we can do is we can give the cards a few cuts to give them a mix-up. After we're done with this, I would explain to the spectator that I am going to get them to select a card from one of these piles here. So I would have them point to a pile. Let's say this one. Now we're going to leave this a mystery card, and you will see why at the end. So now we're going to mix up the cards that the spectator would like to. So how we can mix up the cards are two ways. We can either deal like this, or we can switch, okay? So deal or switch. So I would ask the spectator if they would like to do this. Let's say they say yes. So we can either deal, and let's say they call out switch. Switch, deal, switch. So I forgot to mention that the spectator is actually going to be controlling how we mix these up. And we can do this as much as they would like. So let's say deal, switch, or no, switch, deal, switch, deal. Are you good there? Yes? Okay. So now we're going to take the top and bottom cards and say, now we're going to do this until we're left with one card. Keep in mind, the pack was cut, it was shuffled up, we have a mystery card here. The card we landed on was the King of Spades. The card you cut to was the King of Clubs. That's amazing. But wait, we have all of these groups here. What about this group? The two red jacks. What about this group? The two red queens. What about this group? The two red kings. What about this group? The two black jacks. And last but not least, the two black queens. That is the trick. If you would like to learn how this is done, be sure to stick around for the tutorial. Alright, so here's the tutorial. You're going to need the jacks, queens, and kings of the clubs, hearts, spades, and diamonds. So the first thing I would recommend doing when you have all these cards out is putting these in clubs, hearts, spades, and diamonds. So these are the clubs, these are the hearts, these are the spade, and these are the diamond. Now, you're going to have to choose a color, red or black. It doesn't matter. Let's say red. So you're going to choose, let's say, the diamonds. And you're going to choose the opposite colors for black. You're going to choose a suit, let's say spade. Put that down. Go back to red. Put that red suit down, then put that black suit down. So essentially, you have jack, queen, and king of red, black, but if you want to, you can put the blacks on top. So if this doesn't make sense, you have either black, red, or you have red, black, but it's always going to go jack, queen, and king, okay, of clubs, and then, of course, your diamonds, spades, and hearts, but it doesn't matter what order the suits are in. So hopefully that makes sense. So once you have this packet, you're all set to go. This packet can get cut as much as the spectator would like. It truly doesn't matter. Once they're done cutting it, you're going to have to make 2 piles here. And you explain you're going to have the spectator choose a pile. The thing is, you're going to put down 6 cards, because you know you have 12 cards here. So while you're talking, you're going to be counting 6 cards. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I put the other pile down. If I'm not sure about if I counted it right, I just spread them out and say, now as you can see, we have 2 piles here. And I just eyeball 3, 6. Now here's the next thing you're going to have to do. This is important. You're going to have them choose a pile. Let's say this pile. When they take that card, now you have 5 cards here. But this pile, you have 6 cards. Take the 6 cards and put them on top. They choose a pile here. Well, you have 5 cards here, but 6 here. Put this pile on top. So essentially, you're going to be putting the opposite pile on top. So, I don't know. Let's just say we go with this one. Put this other pile on top. Now, you can either have them look at it or have it remain a secret. It doesn't matter. Let's look at this so you can see how this works. We have the jack of diamonds. This next part is optional, but if you do it, it's going to create a really good effect. It's essentially called the swindle switch by Paul Curry. So, you know how you deal. You put one card on the table, the next card on top of it, and like this. Here's the switch. You're going to take the card, put in your hand, peel off the next card, but this card goes underneath, grab both of them at once, and put them on top. So you can see this. Left with one card, you put that on top. So this is the switch, so they can say deal or switch. You're not switching it, you're just avoiding that one extra step and putting both cards on the table. You're just doing it at once. Okay? So this is the swindle switch. I hope this makes sense. So they can do this as much as they would like. Once they're done with the switch, you're going to be putting the cards down. Now your fingers are going to be on the bottom here. Your thumb's going to be right here. Applying friction and pressure, you're going to be sliding the cards out. Now, if you don't like doing that, you can just put the bottom card down, then the top one on top of that. But I like to peel them out. So here is what you're going to do. Now, you're not going to hold the cards like this, but I'm showing you how this works. So when you peel these out, if you do it right, you're going to notice how they match up. You pull these out. These match up. These match up. These match up. And then these match up. Left with one card, you can go over the whole trick and show that these 2 cards match. let this sink in, because this is going to be very impressive how this even worked. So after you let this set for a few minutes, you're going to say, well, what about these cards right here? And then you can show how each of these cards match up as well. So that was those were the 2 tricks. I hope you guys enjoyed those, along with the deck review. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what else you would like to see on the channel. That's it. I hope you guys have a good Valentine's Day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.